Hello, welcome back to Project Management Demystified. My name is Michael. I'm a VP and a project management professional. So today, I was thinking to do something different, not talk about a specific topic, but just give an idea of how my day has gone. So, or what I plan to do for the day, or maybe I can share how yesterday went. But just an idea of how there's no typical day, so I can't say how a typical day is. There's no typical day in a project environment. So let's take yesterday for instance. So I started the day with Scrum of Scrums. So Scrum of Scrums is a meeting. It depends on the time, but the one I had was 30 minutes. A 30-minute meeting where all the release train engineers or release train managers come together with some Scrum Masters to call out any blockers that they couldn't unblock or resolve within the team. So one example was that I and my team, we needed testing support from another team. So we're building a solution, and the solution require some additional testing with another team. So the other team we needed to kind of align and sync with that team to be able to test both sides of the system. So the other team had their own plans, and they're already working to their own plans, and they didn't have capacity at the time that we needed it. But having conversations, I realized that I'd worked with some of them in the past, so I was able to leverage on that relationship, and we were looking to test, I think, about 80 test cases, and they were able to give us some space for 20 test cases. So what does that mean? So that would mean that we would have to go back and think about the impact of reducing our tests remit, our test cases. So should we stick with what they've given us and reduce it, or should we test this one that they've allowed? They would give us capacity to test and test the rest later, or just considering the different options. So I'm facilitating the conversation. So on the Scrum of Scrum specifically, I had to let all the other team and release trains know that, we've been able to secure some test cases, but it's not a full one. And then we'll be assessing the impact of reduced test cases and the impact on the timeline and the impact to the other team for giving us that space, because they're working on something. So the capacity that they're giving us, is it affecting something else on their side, or affect the wider business or strategic objectives of the organization? So can you see that we're thinking on both ways now? So we try not to be selfish and just think about our own parts. Then we think holistically. So after that, I moved on to a daily stand-up for one of my teams. I'm managing multiple teams. So I moved on to a daily stand-up, just get the team together and just call out any blockers that the teams might have and how they are going on with their with the work items. So after that, so daily stand-up was just for 15 minutes. I had the daily stand-up for the other team, though it was not back to back. I had some space in between. And then today is Art Sync Day. So Agile Release Train Synchronization Call, where all the Agile Release Trains come together, and then we share what has gone on in the past 2 weeks. So what have we worked on in the past 2 weeks? Are there any impediments, blockers, risks, or issues? How are we getting on with our metrics? So flow metrics, how are they looking? Are there any trends that we need to be calling out? So the Art Sync is an interesting one, because all the teams come together and we try to sync and call out risks and issues and impediments. And then the flow metrics also help us. So I hope that has been helpful. I'll leave it there, and I'll see you on the other side. That's a day in the life of a project management professional. Cheers. Bye-bye.